guys, thanks for tuning in to my Florida drive-by. I'm on US41 heading to Sarasota, Florida. Today's May 26th, Tuesday, 2016. I hope everybody's doing healthy, wealthy, and wise. You know, what temperature we got here? It's pretty warm out today. It's not cold, that's for sure. 88 degrees. It's not real hot as usual. Usually our weather's a little hotter than that. I hope everybody's doing great. And it's about 12:46 in the afternoon. Like I said, Tuesday. Hey, you know, I wanted to bring up something, and I wanted to bring up corruption in politics. You know, guys, there's corruption loaded in politics. Now, there's corruption in just about everything in life. It's just that those guys don't get caught. Corrupt senators, corrupt judges, corrupt lawyers, corrupt presidents. I mean, there's corruption. It's rampant. And it's all around the big buck. Because, you know, these people get paid off for stuff. So, you know, I don't think, who are we or you or anybody to condemn somebody, even a criminal, when half of the government's corrupt? It really is. Here you go, no blinker again. And this guy's got a business, Florida Air. Doesn't even use a blinker, cuts into the right lane. I mean, it's a business-related guy. Of course, you can't get a ticket unless they get pulled over, right? Because anybody can be driving the vehicle. But look at this guy. Now, I'm going 44, speed is 45, he's probably going 50. This guy at least used his blinker. Another guy ahead of him didn't use his blinker either. My drive-by should be no blinkers required in Florida. There's so many people here not using blinkers. It's ridiculous. I mean, just my drive-by, I probably do 3 or 4 or 5, depends on how long my drive-by is. You know, you get more and more people not using blinkers. But yeah, so the government is very, very, you know, unfortunately corrupt. And this corruption extends, you know, pretty far. And it's unfortunate that, like, you know, some individuals, like somebody gets arrested for embezzling for $100 grand, guy ends up in friggin' jail. It's just because these people don't get caught. The bigger guys, you know, the bigger fish. And most of those have money to get out of it. They pay $1 million fine, $2 million, $500,000 or whatever. And another thing is, if you have the money, you normally won't do the time. Yeah, because then you could really get a good lawyer. More money, less time, or, you know, a lesser sentence. And if you're a drug addict, or you have a drug problem, they're real nice on the drug guys. They Jesus, those drug people get off. I gotta turn here. Get in here now. But you know, corruption, it's everywhere. And this brings us to our election coming up. Look, Hillary Clinton, corrupt. And unfortunately, I hope not. I pray she doesn't become the president. She might. You know, everybody says she's corrupt. Bernie Sanders, Ben Carson, everybody, the news, everybody says she's no good. Why don't they just investigate her and get this, you know, get this shit over with? But will it happen? Who knows? Because it's a Clinton, you know what I mean? It might not. But I am sipping on my coffee. There's a Nissan Murano. They're okay. But, you know, these cars that they make today, like even some of these big ones like a Renault, they're big cars, but they have very little room inside. Really, which is pretty bad. Oh, by the way, guy, I just replaced the electric water heater yesterday. So I wanted to actually bring up a few things on electric water heaters. Depending on where you live, if you live in someplace like Florida, southern Florida, where it is friggin' well water, if you got well water, especially if you got well water, I'd recommend you probably flush your hot water tank 6 months maximum every year, minimum every year. And it's pretty easy to flush a hot water tank. An electric one, basically you shut the water off. You'd get a hose connected to the bottom, you know, where the drain is. Connect that real good, open the drain up, and then you're going to want to do is open the relief valve on top. What it does, it releases the vacuum and the pressure, and lets gravity able to drain it. And once it's completely empty, then you're going to want to do is shut the bottom and blast well, you got to shut the valves up on top of the water. Then you're going to open it up, run some fresh water in there for a few minutes, and then shut the water off, open the bottom. You can have the valve open up top, but be careful, because if you get it full, the overflow will overflow. And that's the little thing with the lever on it. And that overflow, you're going to want to put a piece of PVC on that, route that outside in case that tank ever goes and that overflow opens up, because it'll flood your garage or your house or wherever, basement. But yeah, they're fairly easy to replace. So there's a lot of tutorials, tons on YouTube and on the internet. But that's just a side note, because last night I had to run out, and it was about $415 for a hot water tank and 2 wires. It's no big deal putting in. But anyway, you know, this election's going to be interesting. It's like I say, corruption is common in governments. I mean, it's just the way it is. So any of these do-gooders that think they're above the law, or they're better than thou, should really think about it twice, because you know, it's just that they didn't get caught. But corruption's everywhere, and that's why hopefully, you know, Trump will get in. I don't think he's as corrupt as the rest of them. He's probably a little corrupt too. Everybody's corrupt, you know what I mean? Pretty much. But he's probably corrupt lesser, or lesser of the two evils. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of election happens. But, watermelon on the side of the road. That's one thing in Florida. You can always get a watermelon. We'll see. This is going to be really interesting, this election, what's going to happen. But now I'm actually on Clark Road, Route 72, or Highway 72. So, and I am in Sarasota, Florida. What's around here? Insurance companies, Chappies, Floors, Lakeshore Village, blah, 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 a lot of stuff. All right, well, thanks a lot, guys, and thanks for tuning in to my Florida Drive-By in Sarasota, Florida. Bye.